All right, in this lesson, guys, we're going to take a look at some new examples of equations that include fractions. So here we see a fraction 3/4 with the what could be the distributive property x plus 3 equals 9. Now I'm going to show you a little trick here. The first thing you want to do, well, the first thing you would assume that you'd want to do is to distribute this 3/4 into your parentheses. Now the problem with that is it still gives you that fraction, and again, we don't want to hold on to our fractions in these kinds of questions. So I'm going to show you a little trick here to get rid of the fraction right away. Now, similar to what we did yesterday when we were getting rid of the denominator and just focusing on what was on the top, we can do the same thing in this one. So in order to get rid of this denominator, I'm going to multiply by 4. If I do that to one side, I have to go ahead and do that to the other side as well. Okay, so if I multiply by 4, this becomes 3. I have x plus 3, and then I have 36. Now, something that we can pretty easily solve, I'm going to multiply by 3, distributive property, I get 3x plus 9 equals 36. I'm going to subtract 9 on both sides. I'll get 3x and 27. And then I can divide by 3 on both sides, and I get x equals 9. There is more than one way you could do this. Again, if you wanted to distribute in the beginning, you could technically do that, but I think that this method seems to be a little bit easier because you're able to get rid of those fractions very early on in this equation. Let's take a look at one more example like this. Okay, so here's another one. Again, first thing I want to do to get rid of that fraction is I can multiply by 2 on both sides. I get 3x plus 5, and a negative 48. Distributive property, 9x, 15, and negative 48. All right, then I'm just solving this equation. I could subtract 15 on both sides. I get 9x, and that's a negative 63. And then the last thing I want to do here is divide by 9, and I get x equals negative 7. And again, that's my final answer. All right, so another trick here to get rid of your fractions, still sticking to the same idea of multiplying by that common denominator. Okay, and that's pretty much it as far as the fraction equations go.